Hi guys, so welcome to day 19 of the CrossFit Liverpool handstand challenge. Sorry we haven't been around for the past few days there. We've been making a few improvements on the gym again. We're going to make a few one big change to the program. All we're going to do is make sure that each session now we're going to be kicking up into a handstand, freestanding in some way, shape or form, getting a little bit of practice in there. Like I say, you've just spent the last good few sessions trying to build a solid foundation of understanding kind of like active shoulders, active body tissues, making sure kind of say that you're keeping your body as tight as possible in those positions. So to warm up with, to start off with, we're going to keep on going with our regular thing. We're going to do 3 rounds of shoulder stretches. So again, just pushing down, PNF, push into the box, relax and open your shoulders. We're then going to do straddle good mornings. So again, hold for 3 seconds, bring it back up again. And we're going to do 10 wrist rocks in each direction. We're just going to add in, after your wrist rocks, we're going to do wrist ups as well. So we're just going to be working on that wrist strength. So all you want to be able to do is, if I just bring this camera down a little bit, see? So we're going to be going from here, up onto your fingers, back down, up onto your fingers. Again, after each set of wrist rocks, just doing 10 of those as well. Yeah, so just getting those fingers and those wrists nice and strong. Right guys, so for your buy-in, we're going to do 2 movements that you've already done before, and then we're going to add in 2 activation movements. Other way around. You're going to do your activation movements first, and then you're going to do your positioning skill movements second. So for your activation, you're going to need PVC pipe. If you don't have a PVC pipe or a dowel, like I say, see if you can order one, or you can use 2 small plates. You can use pretty much anything. You can just use your hands. We like the dowel because it connects the hands together. So you're going to do 5 reps of shoulder extension, and then you're going to do 5 reps of shoulder flexion. So for what we're looking for from the extension is going to be handstand grip. So we don't want to go too wide. You're just going to be led down in your hollow position on the floor. Squeeze your heels together, toes pointed, and then you're just going to lift off for 5 seconds and back down, rest for 5 seconds. And we're going to do 5 repetitions. For your shoulder flexion, we're going to place your hands behind your back. You can ideally, like I say, doing this from a seated position, hands together, thumbs facing outwards, shoulder width grip, and then you're going to send it behind you for 5 seconds. Try not to let your chest round. I'll give you a quick demonstration. So we'll move the camera down so that you can see, just onto the floor. You're going to get a muffled sound. So important things: heels together. Tuck yourself into your hollow, arms nice and straight. We're going to lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax for 5. And lift for 5. And relax for 5. Well, just done 5 of those. We're then going to go opposite way around. So sitting up in your L position, toes nice and pointed, squeeze your heels together again, thumbs facing outwards. To be honest, it depends on what you're struggling with. You can either have your thumbs facing inwards or your thumbs facing outwards. We'll have thumbs facing inwards. Chest up, shoulder blades together, and then we're going to lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. Should get your shoulders, or the back of your shoulders, should get your triceps working nicely. And a little bit of a stretch on the chest. So we're going to go between those 2 exercises 3 times. And then we're going to go straight on to your bunny hops and straddle drags 3 times. So you do 5 reps of bunny hop. Remember you're trying to, Remember for your bunny hop, you're trying to stack your hips over your hands. And for your straddle drags, you're trying to just slowly pull yourself in. So we've got straddle drag first. 5 repetitions. Start out, push into your hands. Bring yourself in nice and slowly. Remember, if you're still at the stage where you're having to jump, that's fine to do a little bit of a hop. But try and push firmly into your hands as you're doing that. For your bunny hops, try and stack yourself, 5 reps. Even if you're just starting off with a little jump, that's fine. And eventually working yourself towards stacking your shoulders. Three times through, 5 of each. Again, because they're 2 very similar exercises, rest in between them. Like I say, don't try and do them as fast as you can. So for your skill component, we're going to do 3 sets of max effort crow or crane pose. So remember again, is try and work on getting those knees higher up your elbows, try and keep your heels tucked in towards your bum, and try and work on straightening your arms a little bit. From what I've seen, people are starting to do really well with their crow poses. So again, is the longer you are holding for, the longer you're going to need to rest. The goal in this is maximal rest. So if it's taking you 30 seconds to do a crow pose, you're going to be resting for a minimum of 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So again, make sure that you've allocated the time towards doing this rather than just rushing through. For your workouts, we're going to have a couple of options depending on the skill level of the athlete. We're going to do 5 handstand kick-ups. So again, your goal is for your handstand kick-up just to hold a momentary handstand. Think about everything that you can just for that second that you're up there. So you want to think about squeeze your thighs together as tight as you can, toes pointed, ribs tucked towards your hips, squeeze your bum, nice long tissue, squeeze your shoulder blades together and shrug up and pushing into your fingers. Again, you're going to have 5 attempts to do each one really, really well. So try not to do 5 as fast as you can. If you end up holding for a momentary handstand, brilliant. If you don't, let's say you're at the stage where you're still not confident finding your tipping position, just try and find your tipping position. Again, we're not going to apply the burpee punishment here, but again, try not to stumble forwards into a handstand walk. Try and make sure that you are learning to control it with your fingers. So we're thinking as we're tipping forward, instead of taking that step, push into your fingers nice and hard, active body tissues. That saving where you're falling into a handstand walk is, like I say, it's great for CrossFit, but it's not teaching us how to really hold a static handstand. Going back to what Greg Glassman says in his World Class Fitness in 100 words, try and master the basics of handstands and gymnastics. Yep. Again, handstand walk is really good because it's a quantifiable movement that we can do in CrossFit. So if we're going for distance, brilliant. But you'll notice as well over the years, CrossFit has spent a lot of time developing handstands, whether it's the slips, the inversions, or whether it's just programming handstands. So all I want you to do is 10 hollow rocks. So again, you could do alligator rolls, you could do armadillo rolls, you could do kind of like single leg rolls, or you could do full rocks. Okay, so when we're talking about an armadillo roll or an egg roll, we want to think about just being in a nice tight ball, toes pointed still, squeeze your heels together, tuck your chin, try not to grab a hold here guys, you're trying to use your core and keep in one position. You could try that same thing with a single leg. Again, no one part of the body is moving, everything's moving together. We could try a double leg with arms out, or we could go right overhead. Yeah. Again, when you get to that full overhead position, think about the position that you're thinking about in your handstand. So squeeze your shoulder blades together, reaching away from you with your hands, reaching away from you with your legs. You should not be thinking kick your legs up in the air and throw your head forward. You should be thinking reach outwards all the time.